Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. If you could locate chat right now, there's some few little introductory instructions in there and welcoming from my moderator, Kana. Also, this is our webinar that goes a little bit further than Kid Coders did on this last Tuesday. They did a little bit of introduction of artificial intelligence, and we're taking the same thing, but we're doing everything in Python instead of Scratch. So today we're doing machine learning, computers feel. We're going to discover a little bit of that today. And I am your host. My name is Ruth. I am a community specialist here at DoSpace, and I do like parrots and games. If you want to talk about any of those things, I am game. So to get started here, you can definitely use chat. What do you guys think? What is artificial intelligence and what is machine learning? Could be, training robots to take over the world, maybe, possibly. Could be something with, making like computers solve math equations on their own, or it could be something along the lines with, I don't know, it could be like something that training something to, there's so many things you can use, like Google Translate, training it to learn different languages. Could be something along that lines. So yeah, you can definitely chat, write in chat. You can type right in chat what you think artificial intelligence is. And I do see one person's hand raised. You can use chat to ask any questions or say any other comments you want right in there. Yeah, no one's mics is actually on. We just got the chat right over here for everyone. And I do apologize for having our webinar limited earlier. I just took the restrictions off of that, so anyone would be able to register and join. And hello, Ellen M. And then yeah. So after thinking about what machine learning is, or artificial intelligence, yes, it is if you thought it's a machine that learns from people. Yes, yes it is, or learns from other things, with either observing things that's being taught to it, or figuring things out, piecing some things together from something else. Could be one of those things. Could be robots taking over the world, but we do not have a way to teach sentience to machines, I know right now. So right now, machine learning is still quite simple, so we don't have to fear about those things. So getting started for this project, I have two websites that are right in the chat. You can click the links to open them. First one is Machine Learning for Kids. If you guys were in Kids Coders last Tuesday, you might have saw this already, and you probably might already know how to do this first part all together. The second part is a Python editor for those who do not have Python on their computers. If you do have Python on your computer, we're going to be using Python 3. If you know what it is, you might have to reinstall it if you got Python 2. But if you don't know what it is, don't worry. We got the editor right here we'll be using. We won't have a picture pop up that shows a happy face or sad face. You'll understand what that is later on. With the online editor, you can't really do that as well unless you link it to the image and click on the link and have it open. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on Machine Learning for Kids right here. And it takes me to this link right here. And we can teach a computer to play a game. Over here today, we're going to teach a computer how to feel towards our reactions. So our end project is we say something nice to the machine, it has a happy reaction. If we say something mean to the machine, we'll make a sad reaction, like it's hurt. So right here, we're going to go ahead and get started. Click on Get Started. Right here, you do not have to create an account on here unless you want to save your project, but I'm just going to go ahead and click Get Started. If you need any help with anything, don't be afraid to type it right in chat. I'm willing to go over and go back to a few things. If you are viewing this with a phone or a tablet, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to follow along. So if you want to try later, like view this right now and then view it again later on YouTube with our DoSpace YouTube, you can, because we do have a recording of this where you guys can like pause and stop it, copy things over. if you're on a tablet or a phone. I'm gonna go ahead, click get started here. And this is the part where it says, hey, do you want to register? And don't have to do that because we got this little thing at the bottom that says try without registering. But right there. And then I'm going to click try it now. And here we are. So I want to make sure everyone is on this page right here, because the next few things we're going to be doing, it's going to be a little bit more rigorous. But if you're not on this page right here, definitely type in chat, say you're not here yet. Okay. So next thing we're going to do here is click on add new project. As I continue through this, it's going to flip through multiple screens, sticking through. So be ready to click through things, but I'm going to try to take it slow for you guys. Because, you know, when you try something for the first time, and, you know, when you watch those YouTube videos, you got the handiness of just clicking pause. But here, it's kind of hard to pause a live webinar, so I'm going to take it slow. So next we're going to do is click add a new project. I'm going to clear. And then next thing I'm going to do is we got project name right here. And then we're going to choose text right here. And then we're going to click create for the first step. So for the name, it's going to be makes me happy or first machine learning project. 3. Go. So makes me happy is the official name of this. And we're going to recognize text. Now you can try changing it to another language. Yeet indeed, yeet indeed. I saw someone type in chat yeet. I yeet back. And then, oh, it looks like my crate went down a little. But yeah, I just type makes me happy for the project name. Yep. Right here, choose text for number 2. And then third step, let's go right into crate. So Machine Learning for Kids creates libraries for us to use. Traditional machine learning, when you're actually creating the machine that learns, requires discrete math and quite a lot of other complicated maths. So machine learning for kids here, even though this is for kids, I think the projects they do is great for adults too for getting started. It lets you use their library and code with their libraries. So you can test things out without creating your own little artificial intelligence, without knowing discrete math. To learn discrete math later on, you can try that out. But here, this makes the first part easier for us so we can learn how to play with artificial intelligence. So if no, everyone's done here, I'm gonna go to my next page here. So I'm gonna click create. And here we go. And after we click create, we get like a list of projects. So if you have projects there, it'll be all here. And then I am gonna click right at this one right here. It takes me right to the project. And here's our 3 options here. So we got train, learn and test, and make. So first, we need to do train our machine to recognize different things. Learn and test is us teaching the machine how to feel. For our example here, making is one where we're going to be creating some code in Python to take that library we create for this website and do different things like detect if we're happy or detect if we're sad. So traditionally, if I went right into Python here, right in here, if you guys know anything with coding, about with conditionals, with if statements, without machine learning, I'll be making like 1,000 if statements. Oh, it's taking a bit to load. I can type like if, oh, come on, get in there. If, you know, if answer equals I hate you. You don't have to do this part, I'm just giving an example. And then I can see, then act sad. And then I'll have like be typing like else if answer equals I don't like you. And like I'd be typing a bunch of very different ways, and maybe I have to do like different spellings in here, like lowercase and some uppercase, like various things like that, where in Python, if I just code that straight up, I'll have like thousands of different if statements. Google Translate used to be that way, where it used to be like 3 million lines of code, and now it's only 500 because of machine learning. So machine learning is taking all those different possibilities and thinks about all the possibilities for us without us having to type all those different scenarios. So now we're gonna move on here. That's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna give example scenarios to it, and it'll create a bunch more on its own for us. So we're gonna go on train right here. So we're gonna go ahead and click train. And then we're gonna create 2 label groups. Now, if you guys have seen the kid coder version of this, you can only do 2 different groups. With Python, we can make like a group for like reactions that it can respond angry with or respond and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and click a label, and the labels we're doing is kind things and mean things. Like mean things that are said or kind things that are said. You can do like a surprising group if you want. You can make as many labels as you want within Python. Like kid coders, you're limited to 2 because Scratch doesn't have an else if for some strange reason. Well, it doesn't have like many, like it won't let you do a bunch of elves together. It would like has you branch between them. If I had Scratch open, I would show you, but it's like limited on how many ifs you can do within an if for some strange reason. So now I'm going to click add new label. And this part is important, what label you get given here, because you're going to put this label in Python. And when we have a name for our variables or objects, arrays, and different that, you can't put spaces in the name. Unless it will take it like as a separate thing if I put a space in here. So I have to keep it all one word. So I can type kind things, or I can type nice things. You need to remember this name here. So I'm going to keep it kind things. You can try copying me and just keep it the same label as me so you don't get confused on the coding part. You never coded before. So I got kind, oh, that kind labels, kind things. Right there, add. So I got kind things, and then mean. And I'm using underscore as my space instead of an actual space, so it keeps it one thing. Right there. Okay. So if you're not here yet, let me know right in chat. Yeah. So I can add a 3rd label if I want, like surprising things. Or add things and add that in here. Like I can do more than just 2 labels with Python and be okay. But I'm going to keep it for 2 right now. Okay. So giving people some time to get right in here. We already got 2 buckets of 2 different categories. And basically, we're going to take these 2 categories and give examples of what are kind things and what are mean things to the machine for it to learn. So next thing we're going to be doing here is adding examples of kind things and mean things. So we're going to run kind things, we're adding examples. You don't have to worry about casing as much in here. If like in Python, I was doing like if statements for capital I and a lowercase I, you have to think of all these different things for the computer recognize. And there actually is special functions in Python you can create to recognize lowercase or uppercase is the same thing, but in this case, it does it for us. We don't have to worry about that. So at the bottom of add labels, you want to add kind things to the kinds bucket and then mean like expressions to the mean bucket. I can type like I like you. And added 2 kind things, and then over in mean things, you can type I don't like you, or I hate you, right over there. So we need at least 5 examples. So we need 5 in both in here for us to train our machines. We technically can do less outside of this website, but the website forces us to have 5 examples, so it has like quite a different amount of things it can learn from. Yeah, so you can take this time to create labels for each. And again, if you're not here yet, let me know, write in chat, and make sure you have the address bar to all panels and all attendees so we can see right in there. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna take this time to add examples for both. So, I can type an example of you smell pretty. Over. So teaching machines, it's really good to have examples that are very close together in both of them, because if I don't have like another example of you smell between these, like I have you smell pretty and then just you smell, the machine might get confused between these. If I don't have another example, I can type like you smell amazing and it might think it's a mean thing. So try to like come up with different phrases that are very similar to each other. And humans can distinguish the differences, most like not all, but quite a few humans can distinguish the difference by the tone for learning based on different conversations they have in life based on tone, while the machine doesn't have a tone to go by. So you can definitely like try to type things in here that are very, very similar, but just have a different N word. Can you smell bad for my main example right here? And I have that example where it's like I like you and I don't like you. If I didn't have I don't like you in there on the main side at all, my machine might think if I type I don't like you in response in here, it might think it's a nice thing because it has the word I like and you in there with a new word in there. And it's like, maybe it could be, something kind. Love your new haircut. Your haircut is dumb. For the mean things. I like hanging out with you. Your present. Make sure we spell things right in here. Brings my energy. That one's a little bit more complicated. And your is dumb as a bag of rocks. I don't know how bag of rocks is dumb, but it's an insult. Get more eating in the chat. Assume that means you're ready. Got 5 on both. Or so smart. Okay, so I got 5 examples in both. If you don't have 5 examples in both yet, let me know. Write in chat. If okay, yeah, yep. I can wait here for a bit. You can even copy my examples if you want for 5 of them. Just make sure you have at least 5 in both. And looks like I forgot to put an L. Here's my L. Awesome. You can keep adding more examples. The more examples you have, the more precise machine learning is. I'm going to keep adding more. As soon as everyone has like 5 and 5, we'll move on to the next step here. Check it. Then I don't have my hate you. Here we go. And I'm just reading out loud the examples I'm typing here. That'd be very weird to walk into again. It's like just turn up the webinar and I just type, I hate you. Yeah. Too bad I can't have like backhanded comments in here. Like a little bit more complicated to say where like I don't know if we can teach the machine how to recognize that as much of tones. So it's really hard. Like like it won't detect sarcasm very well at all. So those kind of examples might not work so well. Let's see here. You are so fast. Or do I have ugly yet? You're ugly. Oh, you are, there, and there with all the different spellings can confuse the machine too. So I like to try to change it up between phrases to get it to understand that, understand grammar there. Again, if I can have everyone type in chat if you have all 5 examples done or if you need more time. You don't have to have the same amount in both. Good, got 11 done. Cool, scout done. Thanks. Yeah, thank you everyone for letting me know. Hey, anyone else? Anyone else need more time? One has 10. Okay, good. Yep, 7. Yep. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna move on here. So there's this little message right back over here. It says back to project. So we got examples in here. I'm gonna click back to project. Also, I like to say in chat, if you guys want to, if you're going to use all panelists and all attendees, you don't want to have personal chat in there, but you can actually switch to private chat. Also, if anyone is getting chat by strangers and don't want to be chat, like have private chat, you can let one of the moderators know. But you can actually change the to address to them directly, so we don't fill up chat with conversations outside our webinar here. Because we want to keep our webinar chat mainly for questions here. Okay. So next thing we're going to be doing here is go to learn and test. So I'm going to click on learn and test right here. And right here, it gives you an example of what you've collected, 10 examples of kind things, 9 examples of mean things. And then right low right here, train new machine model. info for training thing, we just click on that button right there. And we have to wait a little bit for it to train. But if you're bored, why wait for it to train? This is given all the examples we have, right, the machine, observing them, looking at them, seeing what the difference between them are, what are similarities between nice things, everything the nice things and everything the mean things. It's just going through all that stuff and learning right there. But at the bottom here, there's a little quiz you can use while you're waiting. Like, advanced machine learning technology will always give the correct answers. Incorrect answers, machine learning technology isn't good. Like, is it true or false? It's false, not necessary. The technology algorithms are important, but machine learning systems are only accurate and reliable as the training they are given. Like, as we are doing some training earlier, teaching all these different things. Someone asked, what do you click on to go there? So I'm going to go back a little bit. So after train, I went to back to project, and then clicked on learn and test. And then I clicked on a button that looked like this. This probably looks way different now. But then I clicked on train new learning model and let it learn. And there's like a quiz at the bottom while it's learning. Okay. And if your machine's done learning, you can try to type something you haven't typed in the examples you were training it with. So, try to remember. I'm going to do a variation if you smell really, really bad. Enter. Recognizes mean things with 91 confidence. Now I'm going to try to think of something that I haven't typed an example at all. Like, you are like, you're gonna fail. Mean things, 76% confidence. So it's not very confident. And if anyone's not here yet, well, not on the page where it's training, let me know. Sometimes, depending on the computer, it can take longer time to train. Just depends. So yeah, you can see right there, it's not 90% confident at all. It's something different, but still mean things. I can just type something like hello. 12% confidence in kind things. It's neither kind or mean. But I don't really have to like go back and add something for hello, because that's not something we're testing for here. I'm just kind of like, I could do a third option for things that aren't mean or nice. It's just kind of like, group. And have like a little part for that. See another example. I can say something like Sesame Street is awesome. I don't know why I thought Sesame Street. Kind thing, 17% confidence. There we go. It doesn't recognize if I say things are awesome. So I can say like, you're awesome. Nope, maybe it does. So I don't think it has examples of me saying things are awesome, like, I am. Oops. Like, this space is awesome. Something like that. 16% confidence. So if you have a machine that's coming back with things that aren't very confident in and things that are nice or mean, you're typing right there, you can actually go back and add more examples and retrain your machine. So if I go back to project at the top right here, back to project, and then I can go back to train right here. And I can start adding things like view space is awesome. Maybe trying to think of another thing. Libraries are cool. And things, libraries, stink. View space is awful. For mean things there. And then I can go back to project, go back to learn and test, and I could scroll down to the bottom and click train new learning model. So there's actually different types of learning the machines have. There's observed and unobserved. This right here is an example of observed learning, where we're given examples of things and to look at it and learn based on pictures or different phrases we add to it. There's other things like unobserved, no, sorry, it's unobserved. Supervised and unsupervised is the correct term there. Unobserved and observed is kind of similar. There's a way more into that. This website actually goes a little bit over different things. While this is training, you can open a new tab over here. At the top is a thing called worksheets. There's very few in here that let you do, oh, come on, let me look at worksheets. There's very few in here that let you do in Python. But there's the classic Titanic survival machine learning tests, or predicts which people live and which does it. You can see tags, predictive model, supervised learning right here for the type of model it is. So optical character recognition, handwriting, classification, there's like all these different types of categories for machine learning, different type of bots and stuff. Right here, see image classification, supervised learning. I'm trying to find an example for unsupervised learning, but I don't think there is on this website. Decision tree learning, this one there's a bunch of branching paths and it makes decisions right in there. There we go. Oh, that's not where I'm at. There we go. Now I'm back in here and I'm gonna say something like McDonald's. Yeah. 20% confidence mean things. I could improve that there. That's not, I want to keep it above 50%, but due to time, I can't add much there, but I can say do space. It's nice. Oops, I misspelled that. Enter. 98% confidence. Do space is bad. Mean things, 88% confidence. So now it's more accurate of how we trained it. Okay, so now we're moving on to the next step here. So hopefully everyone has their machines trained once or twice. It's okay if it's only once. For our next part, so next part we'll be doing is Python coding. So once you got your machine trained at least once here, you can always go back and retrain it later. So we're going to go back to project. I could draw better arrows. There we go. Right back to project. And let me know if you're not done training. I can always go back. And then we're going to go to make. Because we need to grab a code gives us a key for us to link into Python. So we can go back to the link to where our machine is held. Okay. So I'm gonna click on make. There we go. And we got Scratch 3, Python app inventor. We want Python. Right here. So Python, the one we want. If you have Python on your computer, you just open it up. Then I'm gonna go ahead and click on Python. And we get, oh wow, they added something here. They added some cool stuff in here. This used to be way different in here, but we got run Python in browser right here. That's really nice. It used to have like this block of code we'll copy and paste. So right here, don't follow what I do. I'm just gonna look what this is real quick to see. Oh wow, it uses this right here. We're good. It uses the website that I had earlier. So I'm gonna go back here. Sorry, I'm bringing my little browser down. I can't see it. Let's bring it back to the bottom. That's really nice. So what I did is I clicked on make, clicked on Python, and you can click on run Python in browser right here. Or if you have Python on a computer, you click copy code to run a computer. But here, what usually we have, we'll have a block of code how to add things. But right here, you need to add your API key to your project. Do that on line 6 of the template. If it throws up template, kind of brings it us. Treat this like it'll be like password, but these actually get deleted after a few days. If you delete your project, like if you didn't register, it's going to be gone after this. And like my one here is going to be gone. So yeah, you got an API key right here to link right into it. This is, yeah, you put that in your code and link back to the machine that we just created. And there's a little thing in there, it's going to be called classified text. That's the text for entering in, like it wants to recognize for testing it. For those examples like we just saw when we're training our machines over here and testing it and saying like, hey, use space is great, until see if it recognizes that. So classified text is where that would be. And so what we're doing here, it's actually going to take the labels we have and add it right into here. So it's giving like all the examples of how to put this right into Python. So hopefully everyone is getting to this point right here. If you're not on Python yet, let me know. But yeah, I can go to make, choose Python, run Python in browser. And it looks like I need to reopen it. Oh. Yeah, that's so nice. We used to how to copy it all around and add, change so much, and here it is. With a lot of it already done. That's really nice. Good job, machine learning, UK. Good job. Okay, so you still want your other page open. And definitely want to make sure if you're not here yet, let me know, because this is going to get a little bit more like you need to stay on track here. It's got like different examples for us and different pages. That's nice. Okay, so here we go. On our machine learning page, you have a part with our API key, which is right here. We need to copy all that text inside the quotes. API key equals quotation mark, everything inside. You see I have a highlighted blue. That's the part we need to copy. Right in there. And then I'm going to switch browsers here. Oh, tabs. And then I have this part right here. It says API key equal, change this to the project API key. I'm going to select that in there. Backspace. Oops. Yep, and it's saving, refreshing. Decided to do that right when I was changing it. There we go. Here, yep. And here, you can either do Control V or Command V, or you can right click. Oh, don't get the paste option, so Control V. Yeah, there wasn't a paste option there, so if you're on a Mac or a PC, you might have to do Control V or Command V. There's our key. And you want to search all the text that says API underscore key, and we want to change that to our API key. Going in here. Then mlmodel.py. So on the left side right here, we got different scripts, but they're linked together. Yep, right over here. And you want to look through them and find that key part. So ML model, you have this little definition that says check custom API key has been provided. If key equal, change this project to API key. right there, selecting that one, Control V, there it is. And it's got like print statements saying, hey, you need to enter these in. I might delete those, but what's doing here, it's checking if it's the right API key and it prints back, hey, make sure it's right. And this if statement right here isn't conditional. So think about if this, then that. And someone just said they refused. That's all right. I selected it, then pressed backspace. Okay. So were you selecting the API key or are you selecting text right in here and trying to do backspace? Like this. Because you can type right in there. And you should be able to edit and hit backspace. And you have to have those quotation marks in there. There we go. Yeah, you just want to look everywhere where it says in red text, change your key. And you'll see this gray text right here. That like gives its comments telling you what to do or what the code is doing here. Yeah, in this ML model.py right here, py for Python, is status stuff that's saying, hey, there's something wrong with your key, and it returns back to us. And ML text.py, here's another place we need to look through to make sure everything's right. So it's grabbing key right here, API key. Import check API key from the other files. There we go. And we can always go back to this page right here because it's got instructions for us to do. So our next step here is if you want to use machine learning model to recognize text, you can use classify text function. Try updating the example on line 28 in the template. So that's from the main file here. Let me draw on the screen. I can find my drawing tool again. Here it is. It's on main.py right here. And I'm looking for, if you go back over here, said line 28. So I'm going to go down. Here's line 28. You can run through the test right here. But the problem is, if we go ahead and do that, nothing's going to come back because we need to change our label names. Okay, just checking, making sure anyone needs to catch up. If anyone needs help catching up here. Okay. So we're going to change that text example. For some strange reason, the example it gave us in the page over is a little bit backwards. I would change this if statement first and then the test. So I'm going to do this a little bit backwards here. But there's this little, we want to add input. where we type something in new and it comes back and tells us if it's nice or mean. That's what we want from our machine here. So this bottom example right here, we need to go to the part of the page of our labels. Like right here, I can type, this is hard. Come on, get me in there. This is hard. Yeah, it can be hard at first. And we can add more examples that goes back into our model here, but yeah, we can store text right in there, but we're gonna go back and create our if statement. Our if statement saying if nice things happen, return back a label to be kind things, for kind things to come back to us. And if it's bad, it'll say that it was mean here. I'm gonna go back to main.py. And if we want to add training data, we can. It's not what I want to do here. And sorry for a little confusing here because I'm like looking through, I'm like, wait, this is different. Here we go. This is it. So you want to go to lines 22 through 37 on main.py. That's the part I was looking for. I was kind of looking at it earlier, but I was like, wait, that's this. Okay. So we can go ahead and go right in here to test text. I understand what's going here. Maybe I should have gone with the old example here, but it looks like it changed a few things. But I can say, I hate you. And then draw. I don't know if I can find it. It's probably my little, there's a thing that I have that probably blocks it. Yep, there it is. Was blocking. Annotate. Hopefully I can line it up right, but I have my little annotate bar blocking it. It's like this button right here. Hopefully it says run. What's that? Yep, run. You want to click on that right there. So what I did, I went to main.py and then I went down to line 28. I know where we're at now. Line 28 right here. And I'm changing the test text right in here for one examples. Now we're going to change this later to where we type whatever we want so we don't have to type in our code every time. Like we're making an application, we want our users to type into the application rather than the code. But for right now, we're just testing if the code works. So got line 28 test text. You can do a nice thing, kind thing in there or a mean thing. Make sure it has quotation marks on there. And in Python, we don't have to worry about adding a semicolon at the end. If you guys have code and other things, you can just keep it as is, but make sure it's got quotation marks in there. Because the quotation mark says it is a string. A string is responsive text. That's the way for me to describe it right now. For a sprint, if there is no quotation marks, it will take it as numbers and try to do math with it or something else along that lines. So I want to keep the quotation marks. So once you got that, you want to click run. Over here it's running. Looks like I need to replace. Yep, looks like I missed a part for my API key. Yep, it's I wonder if it's because I deleted it earlier. Come on. There we go. Click copy. Line 6. Yeah, it's there. Need to enter. Oh, it's because of over here. Here we go. You're gonna enter a secret project key into the sample. Place line 6 with your key. Ew. Hold on. I know what I did wrong here. See API key. Let's run that again. Yep. Looks like you don't need to change. Don't change anything in main.py there. My bad. Gotta mess some things up here. This is doing to check if we have the API key in our main.py. So the only thing we're doing changing here is on main.py. You don't have to worry about these two things at all here. This is a little new learning experience for us because they just changed how they bring us the code to get our Python project done here. It used to be the older way where we had to type a bunch of stuff here, but now it's all typed for us. The learning here. But yeah, you can see a result right in here on my right side. Now we're on track here. I understand where we're at now. Sorry, I'm looking for my little symbol here. Yep, there it is. It's given us a little check saying status ready to use. You got your API key. They added, before they didn't have a check if your API key was in there or not. So I guess that is nice that they included that. It will just break and you wouldn't know why it broke. And you had to look through your code and be like, oh, I forgot my API key. But now they got like extra scripts in here to check if you got it or not. Yeah, and yeah, I run I hate you, and the result mean things with 100% confidence. Now, if you think from a user point right there, they might be a little confused why they type in here. So now we need to give our machine a little bit of personality, where maybe it'd say, hello, how are you today? And respond back to it like, I like you, or let's be friends. Give it a little bit more of a personality, or like looks like it has personality here. So I'm gonna stick to main.py over here, nowhere else, just sticking to main.py. Their code's really broken. You can go back over to the machine learning kids page, run in Python, make sure you copy and paste the API key in there again. But things we're gonna be changing right here is gonna be in lines from 22 to 37. That's the only area we're gonna be working with here. Okay, so here we go. I will copy and paste some of the text in here into chat so I understand where we're at here. So first, I'm just bringing this down, hitting enter, give me some room here. So this hashtag symbol right here is comment out. I'm trying to think how I want to do this so it's less confusing here. I was thinking maybe I could just comment it out just to keep it in there just in case, but I'm going to delete all of it. There we go. So now it's clean there from line 22 to 33 here. So first thing, when you want to create something, you got to think about what steps do I want. I want my user to type things in to my little application. We need it to recognize what we typed in, and then do the if statement saying based on what we type, if it's kind or if it's mean. So here we go. This is 3. So input's gonna be a little bit different. This part I'm thinking right here is how I want to name my label here for input. Input is a function in Python, so I can't name it input. I'm just gonna name it, no, I can't do typing. I'm trying to think of a name for just typing things in. Response. No, can't do response because, no, we can, we're good. Response equals input. Input is a function in Python. That's when it lets us type things into the machine. And this whole thing add in here is the first text that shows up where we can add input on this. So I can type, what do you want to tell me? This is adding our machine little personality here. So right in line 28, I want to do one more thing in here. Caret space. So I can tell my user that way that there's something that they can, type in there. I'm just going to paste this right into chat in case someone wants to copy and paste it. But there's my first example right here. Now add a space in here. So when I type something into the application here, it doesn't show up like right next to the text here and turn it into one weird jumbly mess. So the space is in there. So what I got here is response. That's the name of my variable. And I'm saying it is input into what do you want to tell me, question mark. And then we're gonna go another line in here. And if you need help, let me know. And type recognized. So it's recognizing the text. Recognize is just the name of my next variable. And then do classify input. Actually, it'll be response. making sure it's spelled the exact same way. That's my variable up here. Coding is very touchy on our spelling and how we format everything, just making sure all that is good. Okay, then run. Nothing's happening because we still got to add a few more things in here. There we go. So what do you want to tell me? I love you. Nothing else happened because we don't have anything else that happens afterwards. It doesn't recognize classifier because there's nothing using classify yet. But there we go. Escape, run. So all I have right now is just response equals input. And every time you add something, you want to test it. Someone asks, what line do you want to tell me in? So you want to be in main.py. And this is line 29. And make sure you deleted a few other things that I had there earlier. Between lines 22 and 32 is supposed to be empty, except for the hashtags slash pound symbols in there. They can stay in the same, but I deleted a bunch of text in there. Just give us a nice clean area to work with. But yeah, I got it working where it's letting me enter text right in here. And then nothing else happens because we haven't coded anything else to happen afterwards yet. So we got our first step done here, saying, what do you want to tell me? You know, we can add some things in there. We need it to take that text now, classify it, try to recognize what it does. So that's where my line 31 comes from. Recognized equals classify response. Classify is something our API key needs to recognize to run in here. And don't randomly copy and paste this. Next thing, we need to define what label is. Label is recognize. So it's taking our variable recognize right up there. And brackets. There we go. Recognize brackets. And we're running in class. Is it in capitals or lowercase? This is important. I'm just looking for here. You don't have to worry about these other parts I'm looking at. Just making sure it's spelled right. Is this classified text? Oh, it's classified text. Okay, I need to change that. Looks like I can keep it lowercase. Class underscore name. So this is going to get our name of our labels that we created over and train our machine in. And here's the if statement here. So if this happens, does this. So we're saying if the response is kind, print, oh, you're so nice. If the response is mean, say, oh, that wasn't nice. So if label, oops, I forgot to assign label. You guys know, coding there, you can see, oh, wait, she did that wrong. No, you're supposed to be signed. I needed sign. So equal signs in coding is not equal unless there's a second equal. Equal just means assigned. So with up here, I'm saying response is input. Recognized is classifier response from input. Label is recognized classifier response into class name. Class name refers back to, sorry, I just got a little notification here. Yeah, class name is the name of the little things and stuff. But we're assigning it to recognize if it's mean things or kind things. So when you guys, if anyone signed this up originally earlier, this webinar was going to go till 5 p.m. but we changed it to where it's going to be 4-ish. We're just going to go past just a little bit here. We're almost done, actually. Almost done. So now we got if label equal, so that is assign. So is equals, so assign equals instead of just assign in there. And then we have it to have it in quotation marks. Because you can see class name appears in quotation marks. So we need to keep this in quotation marks because it's a string that we're passing through. And we gotta make sure it's the same name. So I have to go back over here. Back to project, learn and test. There we go. So this was part I was talking about earlier. We have to make sure you have the right name in here. Not the right name, but make sure to remember the name because we're gonna be doing some things here. And then we need a colon. So Python, you need a colon for your if conditionals. In like other languages like JavaScript, it's usually if parentheses the thing and then brackets. Then here it's if label and then colon mark after it. So got that. And then I'm gonna print. Print. So print does is what it places some text in your console. So it gives a response saying, hey, it's this or that. We can solve, I think you guys might have solved print statements earlier. And again, I'm gonna be copy and paste this over real soon. But it's really good to try to type it along too, so you can get used to it. I'm just looking at my older script on the side over here. Okay, so if it's kind, print, you're so nice. So you can type in the print statement right here what the response is. You can give your machine a different kind of personality. Maybe it doesn't like being told nice things for some strange reason. Now, we got a response for kind things. We need something for checking if it's mean. Now, I could do another if statement in Python, else if is elif. Label equals mean things, but I don't have any other like buckets. If I had more than 2 buckets, I would be doing a bunch of elifs, which stands for else if, but I don't. So I'm just gonna do this thing called else. So I don't really have to type anything much else. Else, and we do a colon mark right here. And to initialize it, and then print. Well, let's give it a scope. Actually, not initialize, give it a scope. Print, quotation marks, you're so mean. Exclamation point. And I'm going to test this real quick. Run. I like you. Make sure it's right in. Looks like I didn't define classify yet. Oops. Let me go fix that. Let's see here. Ah, yes. Okay. I have to go find something on the side here. Because it's not getting so yes. Good. Oh, is it request now? Here. I have to like search for the code because that classifier that I had over there was based off a function where it's taking the text from an API key. So I'm looking, let's see, oh, it's classified text now. Copy. See if that is right. Paste, run. Test it. Nope, that's not it. Let's see here. The scene one require positional arguments text. Okay, so that was ML text right down here. That's where it's from. Classified text needs tech key and text. And there's that slash classify right here. So URL plus classify right here, response. Okay, all right, we're almost done here. So it wants me to have the key and then the text afterwards. Should be importing key already. I'm just running this through my head. Oh. Oh, okay. Samuel asked, line 33, recognize text, last name, valid. Oh, you need to add an equal sign after label. That's the mistake I made earlier. Not mistake, but I was just like, oh yeah, I need to add an equal. You might have missed that part. And I looked up, I was like, oh, I forgot this. There it is, line 33 equals recognize text. Okay, I'm gonna go back over here. Back to project, make, Python, and go my API keys the same, classified text. If you want your machine model to recognize text, you can use the classified text function. Open a new tab for me. Yeah, got classified text for my input right there. So do I need my key in there too? Demo classified text. Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, so I do need to run the API key through it. I was thinking like, I didn't have to do that last time. I know it told me right, okay. Right here, it tells me traceback error file main.py line 33 recognize classified text type error missing one argument. And if I go to ML text right here, I can clearly see that it needs key and text in there. So it wants me to bring back API key in there. I don't know why I was ignoring that based on what I was saying. So here we go. I'm going to copy and paste things here. And I see some questions right in there. So API key, comma, and got to learn to listen to the compiler. There we go. You're so nice. Okay, I'm going to copy this and paste it right into chat. This is for what you're replacing in lines 26 and 38. If you want to use this or use what you have. There you go. Yeah, looks like you're missing a colon at the end. There. If I could zoom in here, but I'll just draw a circle around it. But at the end of your if statements, there needs to be a colon here. Now, for the if label part, the part that says kind things in here, it needs to be the same name as your buckets from training. So here I got kind things is what I named. I only got two, so I don't have to worry about that. If you want to do multiple, you can do multiple else ifs in there. And you'll have to like add names instead of just the else. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, that's the old one. There you go. Yeah, learn to listen to the compilers by listening here. Yeah, so sorry about that on the audio when I look at the right of my screen here. It's probably because I'm away from my mic. But you got it. Yeah. That's basically it for the project now. If you go to Machine Learning for Kids and go for worksheets, and if you want to try out the harder ones, there are Python options. I highly recommend doing the Titanic one. That's like the very basic machine learning project, if you want to get like the bare bones of machine learning is it predicting survivals, who survives and who doesn't. And I'm just going to keep this up here a little bit longer so everyone else can finish off right there. But if you're done, yeah, I can leave it. It looks like, yeah, you're done. Awesome. Got it. Again, oh, sorry, I leaned off to the right. Yeah, right there. Yeah, definitely. The main thing that we learned here today is I should have listened to my code right over here of checking classified text, because classified text is a function that's already in the code. It was in alt text. And it has two arguments in there. What's the key and then the text. And it's getting the text from response right over here. So we got that part right, but it was missing the key that we're trying to pass through right in here. I said, yeah. And yeah, just like the text comments in our chat, if you want to look at this again, this will be available on YouTube. It's also viewable on Facebook, but there is a copy of this. The one you'll see on like YouTube right now is going to be different than this because they changed their Python scripts at the end right here. So yeah, we're going to be releasing a new YouTube video on an updated version of this. They just updated their systems. Oh, I like all those emojis. Yep, thank you everyone for coming in. Again, I'm just leaving this up just a little bit longer for people testing. I could, run this a few times, maybe give an example of something mean in here, like, you smell that. You're so mean. Yep. Yeah. And it's definitely, again, advanced version 3 had pictures. So, right in there. And of course, if I add another thing here, nothing's going to happen because we didn't code anything for multiple responses. So every time you run through it, you have to click run over and over again. That'll definitely be a challenge for you guys if you want to have more stuff to do, is to get it to continue to recognize responses as we type more in there. You're so mean. Yep, gotta go in again. We gave our computer here some personality. Okay, so I'm gonna be closing this now. If you guys need anything, you can email us at dospace.org. Let me get right over there so you guys can see it. But if you got any more questions, you can email us hello@dospace.org, or you can go to our website. We have a chat box now on the lower right. You can ask questions there during our open hours. And yeah, you can get direct questions right, direct answers right in there. And then if you make anything really cool, you can share what you're doing with us at Facebook with DoSpace. At Facebook, just search DoSpace. Should be the first one that shows up. And you share us with cool things you've made there. Otherwise, thank you very much and have a good night, everyone.